Europe is over. 15th Air Force's job in Europe is all finished, and your job is finished at the same time. You've all done a magnificent job over here. You've heard rumors you're going to the CBI, back to the States, to Austria, to Germany, and some of you heard that you're going to stay here in Italy. Well, I can tell you today what is going to happen to us. We're going back to the States.
Ordnance was only one of the many branches to know the immediate effect of the order to stand down and be alerted for shipment to the zone of the interior. It was probably the happiest order men of this 15th Air Force bomb group had ever received, and they relinquished their sidearms cheerfully. Screening process cleared the men quickly. Soldiers' records were checked. So was their physical condition. A lot of ills were cured magically when this line formed. Within a few days, the camp was well on the way to being disbanded. Crates were built and packed for shipment. Equipment was turned in. Junk was discarded. Even pin-ups hit the trash barrel. And the makeshift places the GIs called home for nearly 2 years came down. One week after the glad word was received, a truck convoy loaded with everyone and everything was on its way from Foggia over the mountains to Naples, the last staging area. Boarding the transport didn't take long. Everyone saw to it there was no snafu in this deal. Neither was there the big bon voyage they had been given on the trip over. But fanfare wasn't necessary. They could leave now with the satisfaction of men who had won a good victory. Their job in this theater was done. Some would go back to civilian life. Some would go on to take their experience and skill to the Pacific and hasten the defeat of Japan. But now, no matter what their later course might be, they were all going home. On June 12th, General H.H. Arnold, commanding general of the Army Air Forces, arrived at Saipan to discuss plans for coming air operations against Japan. The general's visit to the Marianas coincided with the first anniversary of B-29 attacks against the Jap homeland. In observing this milestone in aerial warfare, General Arnold revealed that for the year beginning July 1st, 2 million tons of bombs would be dropped to complete the destruction of Japan's industry. In giving the figure, the general made it clear he was not implying Japan would stand up for a whole year. General Arnold also took the occasion to make awards for meritorious service. In presenting the decorations, the general praised all men of the B-29 bomb wing for their hard work and brilliant record. Single raid on April 25th of this year, 8th Air Force heavies smashed Pilsen, Czechoslovakian supply point for the Austrian redoubt, where it was expected the Nazis would attempt a last stand. Battering these marshalling yards prevented vital shipment of materiel from Pilsen, last heavy industry area left to the Germans. 500 heavy bombers, escorted by 500 fighters, beat through intense ack-ack to produce this bomb damage. The Skoda Armament Works at Pilsen, seized by Hitler in March of 1939, was a prime target. This Goering-controlled armament plant made all kinds of guns, ammunition, bombs, mines, tanks, and armored cars. The plant, third largest in Nazi Germany, sprawled over 320 acres and employed 30,000 workers. 12 days after the attack that wrecked these Pilsen targets, the war in Europe was over. On June 21st, Mitchells of the Jungle Air Force bombed Kinigau in North Borneo. 3,200 rounds of 50 caliber ammunition and 100-pound general purpose bombs were used to strop and bomb the town itself and 2 airstrips. The Japs were attempting to repair the fields in order to fly Jap officials out of Borneo before the invasion engulfed them. But with the Kinigau Airdrome hit on 5 different occasions during the week and our Air Force controlling Borneo skies, evacuation by air was virtually impossible.